outcome. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into this. Now, what we already discussed with the Wheel of Fortune is that there's some things coming back around, some situations happening again. This doesn't necessarily have to mean that there is a person coming back. I think that is kind of what your hopes and fears are saying right here with the Knight of Cups, that you're not really sure if you're wanting this person to come back. If you're not really sure if this person is something that you really want to entertain back in your life. For some of you, this is someone that you want back in your life, someone that you already know, someone that you love very deeply, and you do want them to return. But for some of y'all, you don't want that. Now, in your current state of being, you guys have the Nine of Wands. So for a lot of you guys, you're all exhausted. You guys have been very defensive, standing your ground, and you've been at the end of the cycle for quite a bit. I think honestly, you guys are ready to just wrap some things up. The thing here is, though, I do feel this non-give up energy. I think you guys know that you guys came a long way, and you guys are not ready to put the wand down just yet, but y'all are exhausted with whatever you're dealing with. Okay, now where you guys want to be is the Hierophant. I feel like you guys put in a lot of work towards trying to commit to this situation, to find commitment in this relationship. Maybe you're having to deal with somebody that is different from your typical type, someone that's not usually the person you would go for, but they seem to have attracted you anyway. So congratulations if that's the case. But I do see that the Hierophant is talking about commitment. I feel like you guys want to feel committed in the relationship, or you feel reciprocated commitment in the relationship. But the thing that's keeping you from being able to get to this commitment is the World. The World is indicating that there's some unfinished business going on here. Something's not done. And I think that's what the Wheel of Fortune is, your underlying energy here. Now, this is a hard one, especially when you wanted to complete a cycle, leave it behind in the dust. But there's some lessons that are hanging on behind. And I feel like it has a lot to do with your ego, okay, Aries, or someone else's ego, okay, because we do have the Emperor here. Now the Emperor is your card, Aries. So I would have, that's why I went and said this is probably has a lot to do with your ego. And when I say ego, I don't mean like, the make-believe kind of like, puff your chest out kind of thing. No, I mean like behaviors, the physical, the 2D plane, and how you react to certain things and how you act on certain things. I think you're in a spiritually different place, but how you behave is probably back in the old way of doing something. And it's a little bit hard to kind of break that chain of habit, because again, you could have been, this is a stubborn energy in itself. For some of you guys could be dealing with somebody that's super stubborn, someone that's very hard to cooperate with because they have their way or the highway. It's just they're not easy people to talk to, because when they have their mindset, they are sticks in the mud when it comes to this. So with the Emperor, I do feel that there is this, this need of change, but this person is not willing to. And this could be you, or this could be the person that you're dealing with. But ultimately, I feel like there's some stubbornness going on as well. Maybe not with ego, but that has a lot to do with, something that needs to be done. Because ultimately, the Emperor is talking about taking action and doing something. I want to say the opposite of the Empress, where the Empress gives birth and she's very passive and she kind of allows things to come to her. The Emperor gets it done. He goes for it. He's like, you know what, let's make this happen. And that's the kind of thing here. This energy is ruled by Mars. I feel like the reason why this situation isn't over is because there's some action that needed to be taken, or someone took some action in the past, and it's just kind of left this thing kind of feeling all wonky, and it needs to be straightened out. Now, for for your best path to follow, you guys have the Page of Swords. So there is some truth that needs to be coming out, something that needs to be said. It doesn't matter if it's harsh or not. If it's the truth, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, okay, yes, you do want to be careful, Aries, when it comes to saying something or being, communicating about how you feel. But at the end of the day, I do feel like this is talking about where you guys are coming from and like what your truth is, and being very vocal about it. I feel like there probably is a bit of apprehension with what you're trying to say, because you're trying to get to the Hierophant. You want to get to commitment here. You want to complete the cycle, but there's something here that needs to be done. And I feel like the action is what needs to be taken. The truth is what needs to be said, and that's the action that needs to be taken. But again, it can be a little bit harsh sometimes, or maybe there's some truth that you don't want to hear back from this person because you don't really know if you can handle that, if you really want to hear what they have to say. But shoot, that's because their truth may be hurtful, don't mean it's true. You know what I'm saying? To you, it's their truth, sure, but it don't mean it's true for you. You know what I'm saying, Aries? Now, for your feelings, you have the Five of Wands, so there's some conflict going on. You feeling it? You feeling that conflict? You have inner turmoil. That's what it's indicating to me. A lot of inner turmoil about what you need to say to this person, or what truth that you need to say to this person. And this truth may not even be that bad. Maybe this truth is about, hey, I want to commit to someone. I want to be more stable. I want to feel like I'm not like flying in the wind and I'm just some side chick or something, or side bae. I feel like whatever it is that you want to communicate, it is a little scary because it is your truth, and at the same time, they could slash you back with some truth, and you don't want to hear it. I feel like maybe again, like your truth is probably not that bad, but you're worried about what they honestly feel about the situation, about the work or the relationship that they have with you. But at the same time, there's still some inner turmoil going on with you, some inner turmoil that you have within yourself right now. Okay. And I feel like, again, it has a lot to do with an ex, possibly someone that you already know, a friend that's wanting more. This is in your hopes and fears. I was talking about it. Maybe you want somebody to come back, or maybe you don't want them to come back. Or maybe this is a friend that you had, for quite a long time, but you didn't really want them to kind of initiate a relationship, but they did. Or maybe you have to kind of, make it clear, like, hey, I like us as friends, or you want more from the friendship, but you're also not really sure if they're just saying all these things because they happen to be in the moment all the time. Because the Knight of Cups can be kind of unreliable in the sense of keeping their word. They will say one thing, but then their actions will say the next because they're not consistent. So the inconsistency of the Knight of Cups can be troubling for you. So I completely get that. Now, with your outcome, which is actually really good, you have the Chariot. And the Chariot is indicating to me that there is going to be victory. There's victory on the horizon for dealing with the situation, but you have to deal with it. That's the trick. You have to deal with it. And so, yeah, it's not fun probably having to deal with somebody or tell the truth about something, or be straight up about how you feel. But Aries, this is something you used to do anyway. You used to be completely like, I don't care about what they think. I don't care about what they, what's going on. Honestly, it's whether or not, you happen to feel like having tech that day or not, honestly. And usually it just comes out before you even think about it. So to have this, the Page of Swords be the advice for you to just say something, to just go ahead and just let it all out. This is interesting, But yes, let this truth out. Be very honest with yourself. Okay, be honest with this person. Because I feel like with you putting the effort to be open and be truthful and be honest with yourself and with this person that you're dealing with, you will see the victory that you're wanting. You will feel that things will pick up. Things will, things will feel like they're on the right track. Because not only are you being honest with yourself, but you're also being honest with your emotions as well. And that balance of head and heart is what's probably needed to get this Chariot moving. Okay. Ooh. Let me go ahead and pull y'all a Wisdom of the Oracle. Okay. Aries, what advice does Aries need? What additional advice does Aries need for this reading? Okay, and you guys have to be fair, and this is talking about balancing things out, being honest. To be fair, it's not like truth be told, but it's about balancing the situation out. It's like very similar to justice, karmic scales, and honestly putting things back in the placements that they belong, for the sake of balance for a lot of you guys. So I do feel like right now, yeah, there is a lack of balance. As I was saying in the beginning, I feel like there is something not balanced right here. The Emperor is throwing some stuff out of the whack because he's got too much reign. He feels like he's got too much, ability to do whatever he wants because nobody's saying anything to him. But I feel like whoever this stubborn person is not letting go of some old ways of doing something. It's keeping the dynamic of the relationship from progressing, and you're exhausted already dealing with this. So whatever they're doing right now in this relationship that's keeping this from completely ending, it's costing you a lot of energy. So it's really up to you whether you want to continue to let your energy drain or communicate. And I know it's a hard one, right? And I'm not saying this as an ultimatum. You literally can do whatever you want. But this person looks like they're just sucking the life out of you. Or the situation could be that you're very stubborn and it's sucking the life out of you, but you need to just communicate what it is that you're saying. Maybe you're just stubborn about not saying something. Maybe you're stubborn about not doing something that you probably should do just for the sake of your well-being. And that's for some of you guys, it's not for all of you, but that's what it looks like. And it has a lot to do with this, again, with commitment. It has a lot to do with what you want out of this situation, what you want out of love, what you want out of this relationship. Just, you deserve to have whatever you want. But you have to believe that you deserve to have whatever you want to be able to come out with whatever you're trying to, whatever you want to say about the situation, okay? Now let me go ahead and pull you guys your romance angels. All right, romance angels for Aries. Okay, so you guys, you deserve love. And I absolutely just said this. You deserve to have everything that you want. You deserve to have your happiness. You deserve to be, to receive everything that you worked so hard for. The Aries, this is the truth. You deserve love, okay? And this says you are lovable, okay? This is absolutely true. Don't stop yourself, or don't let anybody stop you from getting whatever you want. If you want commitment out of this relationship, go on for it. Go ahead with it. And this is a situation where it's happening again. You're approaching the situation with a new perspective about how to deal with this circumstance, or deal with this the situation again. The reason why it's unfinished is because it's time for you to see how much you've changed and apply that new perspective to your situation. Okay? And I really feel like if, with you guys overcoming this, this obstacle of having to deal with somebody that's not really willing to compromise and not really working with you, that you will get the commitment that you're looking for. You feel more committed with yourself at the end of the day. You feel more committed that, hey, you have your own back, and that's good enough. Right? But ultimately, you deserve to have what you want. You deserve to have the commitment that you're looking for. And if you ain't getting that, then yeah, there's some things that need to be straightened out, some things that need to be properly balanced, because nobody's going to be standing in your way in regards to getting what you want. Don't let anybody do that. Just like not letting a tarot reading tell you how to live your life, you shouldn't let nobody in your life that's hard-headed, not willing to listen, not willing to compromise with you, dictate what you get out of your relationships. It's just not happening, right? I don't feel like that should be the case, but hey, this is your life. This is something that you want to do. And if this person is right for you, but you still haven't, whatever, right? Whatever decision is, whatever your decision that you decide to make, it is what it is. But this cycle is still going for some reason, and it's saying that it needs you to do something that's a little different for yourself. And it has a lot to do with being fair to yourself and getting exactly what you deserve, which is love in the way you see fit.